I made the mistake of typing in POV torture video and just a bunch of porn.
A lot of kink.com.
Send me those results. Send me those hits.
Yeah, the San Francisco Armory.
Oh.
Boy, that didn't get the reaction I wish it did.
that took me a moment. If that takes me a moment, they're not gonna know. But boy, that place. We should do a video. We should do a video. What's that called, Nick? Is that just B-roll?
I mean, come on. You guys all know what I'm fucking talking about.
I don't think they do. No, they definitely don't. Do you know? Yeah, I mean, brother, you got to understand. We are deviants, okay? There's very few of us who live our lifestyle. What's it called, Nick, when Friends is on and before, like, they come back from commercial and it just shows a picture of the building and then they go inside?
It's an establishing shot.
An establishing shot.
Okay, this means nothing to you?
No.
Yeah, bro, you are so miscalibrated on this.
Just closer to my
No.
face.
She's definitely not gonna know.
I knew Jackie wasn't gonna, but I thought Nick might.
What about this little fucking guy? Maybe
I don't think they do gay.
They do gay stuff?
I don't think gay.
Show it to him.
I was just about to say I don't watch straight porn.
I guarantee Kink has some gay shit.
well,
Nothing?
Hey!
minorly.
Okay.
We should do a skit.
Well, I think there's just another version. You know what?
Now, okay, here's what I will say. I know this building. I'm a tad concerned that you knew it was the San Francisco Armory. Like, you could have said to me, you know that castle building in kink.com videos? And I would have said yes. When you said the San Francisco Armory, that is a seriously deep cut. I mean, this Reddit page says, the San Francisco Armory, which some of you may recognize. I mean, this is up there with the black leather couch. But I did not know what.
Well, I knew, Kevin. Okay, I knew.
I mean, that is very, very, very funny. But we should do some sort of skit where the establishing shot is the San Francisco Armory, and then we just find a basement somewhere. Like, imagine that if we do we're doing just some normal stuff inside the San Francisco Armory, and then like we hear like in the 2 rooms down, you hear a cat of 9 tails slapping on someone. You're like, I'm just trying to, it's like a WeWork. Imagine if you had a WeWork in the San Francisco Armory. We're just here with our little upstart, our little online store. We share a space with these people down the block,
You
down
just
the
hear
hall.
fucking tasers going off the whole time.
Is that milk coming out of that room? What's going on there?
Casually eating a sandwich, like we all hear it, right?
Yeah. That's a funny fucking skit. We gotta do that. We all know what's going on here, right?
You're like,
Man,
I'm not gonna say anything, but we all hear this.
we don't need to talk about it. We don't need to say anything, but we all know what's happening here, right? The San Francisco Armory. Why do you know
In
that?
this episode.
Yeah. Why do you know that, John?
I don't know, Kevin.
John, why do you know that? John, we're not doing voicemails until you tell me why you know that. Until we figure out why you know that.
I don't know.
Why do you know that? Tell me why do you know that? Did you Google it? Were you like kink.com castle?
I gotta know where they filmed this.
I would for sure call that the kink.com castle. The San Francisco Armory. The fucking.
I just Googled it one day so we could go hang out outside.
What am I looking at?
I don't know why, but Gary Vee and Buddha Ben are now just hanging out on FaceTime. That just popped.
Talking NFTs. Buddha Ben and Gary Vee. What a fucking world.
I probably
the San Francisco Armory has got to be the most specific porn reference of all time. Of all time.
I think honestly. Okay, so if I had to guess, I read an article once in GQ about James Dean.
Right.
And they went.
If I had to guess, here's this incredibly specific tale of events, chain of events that's going to lead to the answer.
And he did.
I think we know, John.
He did a kink scene, and I don't remember them specifically referencing the San Francisco Armory, but they were like on location at a kink scene, and they must have mentioned it there.
Just do a control F for San Francisco. National Guard Armory. Yeah, Kinks. Yeah.
Okay. So that's where
There
it
it
was.
is.
Not, Not that weird.
I will say, but then you did put together San Francisco. It doesn't say San Francisco Armory there. It says an armory.
I gotta figure out what armory this is.
John went to some other armory. He's like, damn it! I thought it was the Boston Armory. I thought I was going to find out.
Why aren't they being more specific?
Do you ever?
Yes.
No. Like we're talking about how awesome the show is in general, right? Do you ever just drop down to your goddamn knees and think about the butterfly effect that it took to get here? Because that was one of the funniest moments of my life. And it will stick with me forever. And so we had to start this episode and talk about all the things we talked about. To the only chain of events that would lead to that, Yeah. If we didn't bring up QAnon, we wouldn't have brought up this. And if that didn't come up, we wouldn't have brought up that. And it all led to you knowing the San Francisco Armory.
Honestly, I thought that was a reference that was gonna crush, and it fell on deaf ears.
He does this thing. I love when he does this too. He goes, well, that didn't work. That didn't get the response I was looking for. It's my favorite final word thing. Here. That went over like a lead balloon. So fucking good. The San Francisco, you know what? I'm gonna do this right before this episode goes out. I'm gonna put out a poll. How many of you know what this how should I word this? Like, does this phrase mean anything to you? Like does the San Francisco Armory?
If I said the San Francisco Armory, do you know what I'm talking about?
Right. If I'm gonna say, if I said, quote, the San Francisco Armory, would you know what reference I'm making?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If I said, quote, the San Fran, I think this is going to be 100% no. The first 100%.
No, I got a few couple real ones who are going to be
It's going to be like
yeah, me and
the
Feits,
founders of kink.com.
Me and Feits are in a DM group. We talk about it all the time.
How about this? You're so far off the mark. Do you guys even know what kink.com is? You do? You don't? Do you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Because I think that's even kind of.
Really?
I think
Kink hasn't put out much in a little while. They have been slacking. I've bought multiple kink.com memberships. I bought kink.com memberships for other people.
For like a chick?
Yeah, just so you know, you might want to start watching this kind of stuff.
Wow. That's a move. Like, yo, this is in your future.
Yeah, no, I never did any of it because I don't know how to tie knots. But
because I dropped out of the Boy Scouts. Because I never got that patch in Cub Scouts. I don't know how to tie knots.
Oh, God. All right, the buddy went over the tree.
Oh man, that is. I can't wait to see these results. It's gonna be like 0, bro. 96% of you motherfuckers watch these videos and aren't subscribed. Shout out to the 4%. You are good people. 4% of people are watching our clips.
That's about what I would guess the breakdown of
good people versus bad people
in the world.
Yeah.
Good people versus bad people. Probably about 96% to 4.
That's
but
fair.
Be a good person.
But it's not even. I'm not even asking you to be a good person. I'm asking you to push a button.
Yeah,
I'm asking you to click a button.
Yeah, you can be a bad person still, but just click the button.
You can be a piece of shit. Just click subscribe. 96% of you watch these clips and they're like, oh my God, that was a funny clip from this podcast. I liked it. And I'm just not going to help them out. The people who work to make it, the people who work to produce it, to post it, to upload it, and there's nothing from you. You're a bad person if you don't subscribe.
Be a good one.